What is up, YouTubers, gamers, RPGers out there? Welcome to RPG Kickstart. And it's been a while since I've posted a video in this playlist, so yeah, what do I want to talk about today? Well, I want to talk about a few things, actually. I'd like to talk about one, the sheer amount of RPGs that are out there now. Now, when I started back in the day, I only thought there was D&D. There's a couple of others like Tunnels and Trolls. There's a couple of role-playing games out there, and but compare it to these days, you've got almost endless, unlimited amount of them, haven't you? So, and they're coming out all the time. Different ones, and of course with YouTube and other forms of social media, but YouTube in particular, and this is not just RPG games, this happens with people unbox the latest new shiny and they talk about it and they get all enthused, and that's really, really cool. And it enlightens the rest of us to perhaps other games that are out there. You think, oh, I didn't know that it existed, I'll check that out, and go and buy it, blah blah blah. And one of the ones that you hear talking about now is they're talking about another edition of Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm thinking, well, that's another edition. But then I got to thinking, well, that's kind of cool, because I've got an awful lot of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition game books and materials. I'm like, that's cool. But this could be my chance to even increase it even more. And the reason is, it's kind of like DVDs, for instance. Then Blu-ray comes along. DVDs suddenly get cheaper. For a while, everybody's selling off the DVD box sets of this, that, and the other, and they're replacing them with Blu-ray versions, and that sort of thing. The same sort of thing happened in the music industry when CDs first came out. Everybody was replacing their vinyl with CDs, and now, of course, everybody prefers vinyl, and for good reason. But at the time, it was an opportunity to acquire the things that weren't the latest for cheaper. And the same is true now for things like certain RPG games. Now, you've got to get the sweet spot. What you want is a game that isn't the latest, but it's only just being kind of superseded, if you will. Because if it gets too old, it then once again becomes sought after. It's out of print, or whatever, and it gets really, really hard and expensive to get hold of. Now, as you know, I've been acquiring some World of Darkness books. Just I thought, I'd like to get back into that'd be really cool. And of course, a lot of them are super expensive now. You've got to get the right ones at the right edition and blah blah blah. But some of them go for relatively cheap. Not as cheap as I'd like, but some of them do. But when you think of a D&D book, or a typical, like what I'm going to show you in a minute, the Mummies Players Guide, they're thick, they're hardback, and you're talking £40 to £50 for a rule book, and it's a lot of money in it. It's a lot of money. But if it gets superseded, I think you can probably knock about £10 off. If the new editions just come out, you can probably knock £10 quid off of that, sometimes more, if it's a fairly recent transition. So that's cool. So yeah, you need to look out for things like that. But that aside, next thing I want to talk about is a couple of books I have acquired for the World of Darkness. Now, this isn't an overview of the books at all, but I've picked up The Mummy, and that is just super cool. Osiris awakens, the undead rise anew. Given the choice of life or death, We choose to live again as the soldiers of Osiris. We are stronger and more alive than any mortal in the union of ancient wisdom and modern will. You know, and blah, blah, blah. That's just some of the blurb that's on the back, yeah? Now this, again, designed to be played with the other World of Darkness games out there. And I just I bought it because I thought, oh, mummy, I never got that back in the day. Never got it. But it looks, you know, it's looking good. It's hardback. It's glossy. Cool artwork. And I'm just going to have a look at the year it was produced. I can get... That was printed... What year are we talking here? 2001. See, you say that and you think, oh, that's fairly recent, but it ain't, is it? We're talking 23 years ago. So, yeah, so I've got Mummy the Resurrection. I also picked up Mummy the Resurrection Player's Guide, which, you know, has a few more stuff in, like any good, decent player's guide would do. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to read through some of that lore and stuff? And I'm super excited to be able to do that in the future, as the World of Darkness overview videos that I like to do. I'm going to be doing those because it's pretty exciting, and I've got another couple of Werewolf books to go through as well, which I'm pretty hyped to be able to do an overview on. So that's going to be exciting too. Other news, I recently dug out my desktop fan. When I say recent, I'm talking last night. So this, cause time of year, it's getting warm now. And last night I noticed, I thought, oh, I could put that fan on. Yeah, it is. So if you can hear the dehumidifier, by the way. But yeah, I put my fan on and I thought, well, if I'm going to do some role playing and it gets warm, I'm going to have to make sure I've not got too many papers in the way. So what I suggest and recommend is get yourself just a little clipboard, really. I'll show you the one I've got. The type I like. There we go. The type I like to use. Just these single board clipboards. There's no cover with everything. Just clip in your character sheets, notes, what have you, and there it is, ready to go. Brilliant. Keeps it together. So you can turn your fan on and it's not going to affect any of your paperwork. That said, I did talk about GPT the other day. Well, more than the other day, it was a while ago now. But if you're using GPT to do a lot of your admin work, you're keeping track of your roles and your character and that, then again you might not need as much in the way of paper notes or even just note taking as you go. I mean, I still like to note take as I go through a game, but that said, you could do it after the fact with ChatGPT and then just make the notes down as you want. Make a note of. Here's another tip for using ChatGPT with role playing. At the end of your session, you can scroll through the all the dialogue between you. If it's a lot, that could be a big deal. But so this is why I recommend you do it as you go. Make a note of the things you want to let it know at the start of your next session about your game. For instance, say your character broke his arm and you're immortal or something, and isn't healed. You need to start the next game. You say, my character has a broken left arm, whatever, so that it knows to incorporate that into its game for you. Okay, so yeah, I'm still getting used to all the different nuances of how I can use ChatGPT with my role playing, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. However, I am also going to be using it for more narrative based scenarios, so I'm not relying on it so much as I do. It's far too easy to rely on ChatGPT to do everything in your game. It becomes like a crutch, you know. Far too easy, because I'm going to be honest with you, it's so good at what it does. It really good, you know. So it's like, oh yeah, can you do that? You know, can you run that? Can you just run the game for me, basically? Can you do the dice roll? So it ends up getting ridiculous. Now, if I'm running a game, or if I'm playing, a game where ChatGPT doesn't necessarily know the rules, but excuse me, it can still present me with scenarios and scenes, that's pretty much all I need, you know, and all you need to play a game. So if I want to play a game of, say, Call of Cthulhu, I can quite easily do that now. I could do it anyway without that, but it's just nice to have that little bit of interaction, albeit with an AI. But it just, you know, it just adds another element to it, I think. Nobody's really talking about this. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I don't know, because on the one hand, excuse me, just put my light in the right place. On the one hand, yes, I want it to be talked about. I want other people to give their experiences of using ChatGPT with role playing. Of course I do, and I want it to evolve. Of course I do, but I also don't want it to become, right, okay, they're aware of, people use it to play games, let's now start charging money for that privilege, which it may come eventually one day. I don't know. You know, get a specialized ChatGPT. They could do ChatGPT for different games. Can you imagine that? You know, World of Darkness ChatGPT, Dungeons and Dragons ChatGPT, really ramped up and specialized solely for those games. Can you imagine that? How awesome would that be? Do I think it's coming? Yeah, I do. I really do. So, you know, watch this space. But at the moment, I'm just happy with how it is and how I utilize it. I still like to flip through a book, find a random table that I'm looking for, make a dice roll. I still enjoy that. I enjoy that immensely. But I do enjoy the kind of storytelling aspect that another voice adds to it. And it tells you, describes the scene in an unexpected way sometimes, and you think, oh my god, wow, I wasn't expecting that. You know, you get the surprises, the surprise element, and it's brilliant. It shuts down, no, it narrows your need for interpretation of certain things. I don't think that's good, I don't think that's bad, I just think it is what it is. So yeah, so that's really what I wanted to talk about, the fact that you've got all these new games coming out, so you can pick up the ones that have just been superseded a little bit cheaper. Always a good thing. You know, the fact that I'll be doing The Mummy at some stage, I'm excited for that. And, you know, using ChatGPT, it's... why aren't more people talking about it? I don't know. It's tempting to run a little game using ChatGPT on video and see what you reckon. I don't know if that would I don't know how well that would go down. I'm not sure. I really don't know. But I mean, I enjoy solo videos of people playing solo in all manner of different styles. I don't know what my style really is going to be like yet. I am finding my way with it, but you know, I think that will evolve as well. My style of how I play solo, and I think the how everybody plays solo or otherwise evolves anyway. Just gonna have a sip of coffee a moment. But yeah, that's it. That's all I really wanted to talk about. But I'm super excited for the role-playing videos that are going to be coming up, and yeah, I've got loads of painting to do as well. So for role-playing at the moment, a lot of figures to paint for role-playing. So super excited about that too. So keep an eye out for the on the beach sessions, which it is now at this time of year. And yeah, thank you for watching this video, and please do stick around for more, and I'll see you there hopefully. Don't forget, all brushes lead to all. Bye for now. Bye bye.